The newest part of the brain is called the neocortex. And cortex is covering, and neo means new. So we have the reptilian brainstem, survival-oriented beast brain that's at the center. Then we have the dog brain, the mammalian brain, emotional brain, the brat, as I call it, on top of that. And then the covering of all those is the cortex. And mammals, even though the mammalian brain is that middle layer, mammals have a little bit of neocortex, but humans have a lot of neocortex. And that neocortex, or the cortex as we call it for short, is where all your decision making, planning, abstract thinking, reasoning, all those things take place there. Because we can think about thinking, it's kind of a weird concept, right? But because we can think about thinking, we actually think that everything we do is a result of our thinking. But the reality is we mainly just do stuff, and then we think about why we did it, and we think that we get the order mixed up. So we are going to need to make some new habits so that we can get our hormonal status right and develop some skills of eating. And when that happens, then you can reactivate the weight regulating mechanism. So you won't be food preoccupied, you won't be tempted by food, and you'll know how to eat to satisfaction and satiety. You'll be like how people have been forever. You'll know the right amount to eat, and you can balance your weight over a lifetime without having to count calories or do anything like that. You just let your body do that as long as you're not messing with it too much. So it might seem to you that this is a little confusing. So how can you put your cortex in control? Wouldn't that mean count calories? No. Cortex in control, it could mean count calories, because counting calories would be something that your cortex does. But that is a really good example of why you need to have all three brains working together, because you can't manage your weight by counting calories without a great deal of effort and willpower. And over time, it might be habit. But once it's habit, you're no longer counting calories. You've just developed a style of eating that basically has calorie counting at the start. People have never counted calories. They didn't even know what a calorie was. And they didn't have a problem with being fat even when there was abundant food. That was really uncommon. So what do we do when we put our cortex in control? We need to use that limited ability of the cortex, which I call the big brother, because it's never really in control. It's like the big brother when the parents are out and he's running around going, Mom and Dad are gone, now I'm in charge. And that will work fine as long as he doesn't try and push around the beast and the brat too much. But if he does and he's too bossy, then the beast and the brat are going to bite him. They're going to gang up on him, and they're going to defeat him because he's not really in control. So when I say put the cortex in control, we have to do it in such a way as not to upset the beast and the brat too much. And the way to do that is to control your habitat. Because if you control your habitat, then the beast and the brat are not reacting to that habitat anymore. So that's what we're going to do with our big brother brain, the cortex. When you put the cortex in control, you control the habitat that you live in, so you're not as tempted to act out.